Dr. Fate versus Scarlet Witch. Who is stronger and who will win in a fight? Both DC and Marvel comics have characters based on magic and mystical elements, creating dramatic battles. In the DC universe, Dr. Fate is considered one of the most prominent magical entities, while Scarlet Witch from Marvel is a symbol of magical power that cannot be underestimated. Each sorcerer possesses extraordinary and unique abilities, allowing them to perform things beyond imagination through their magical abilities. Remember to subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon and turn on notifications to see the earliest videos. Thank you very much. When it comes to Dr. Fate, this implies that Scarlet Witch may hold the advantage due to her extraordinary reality-bending abilities. Although Kent Nelson is just a normal human, when wearing the helmet of fate, he becomes the embodiment of the power of Nabu, an ancient, powerful entity. Through Nabu's augmentation, Nelson's body was greatly enhanced, making him the perfect host for this immense magical power. This gave him superhuman strength, far beyond the limits of a human, though not quite the physical strength of characters like Superman. Despite this, Nelson is still one of the greatest and most formidable magicians. While Scarlet Witch is a brilliant sorcerer with incredible powers that could change the world, she is still physically limited to a normal human. Her magical abilities do not alter or enhance her physical strength, which means she has no advantage if her magic is disabled. As such, she cannot perform feats of strength that characters with physical superpowers can perform. Instead, Scarlet Witch relies heavily on magic to handle tasks that require strength far beyond the capabilities of the human body. Dr. Fate's superhuman strength gives him a significant advantage, especially in situations where neither he nor the Scarlet Witch can use their magic. Dr. Fate's primary source of power comes from the Helmet of Fate, which, along with other artifacts, allows him to perform powerful spells, focusing primarily on magical energy blasts and the ability to manipulate light. Furthermore, when tapping into the helmet's full potential, Dr. Fate can move objects with his mind with incredible strength, even controlling extremely heavy objects. He can also fly and move through objects while using the helmet's power. Scarlet Witch's superhuman strength comes from her ability to tap into chaos magic, a mysterious form of dark energy that allows her to manipulate mystical elements and even alter reality in the blink of an eye. What's particularly impressive is that with just a word, she can change the entire reality to her liking, even erasing everything from existence. In addition, she also has the ability to control many different forms of energy to attack, enough to cause damage to powerful entities like Thanos. Not only does her power stop at causing damage, her power can also create extremely complex energy effects, making Scarlet Witch one of the most dangerous and unpredictable characters in the Marvel Universe. The fact that Scarlet Witch possesses magical powers capable of warping reality gives her a distinct advantage in this confrontation. There's no denying that her ability to alter reality far exceeds the limits of what Dr. Fate can do. This power not only allows Scarlet Witch to manipulate the elements around her, but also allows her to reshape the entire reality at will, creating an overwhelming power over Dr. Fate's magical abilities that rely mainly on artifacts and tools. This is what makes her a superior opponent in any battle involving magic. Since Nabu needed a strong enough body to be a suitable vessel, he greatly enhanced Kent Nelson's physical strength. This allowed Kent to not only become a perfect host, but also gain powers far beyond that of a normal human. Furthermore, thanks to the power Nabu gave Dr. Fate, he was virtually invulnerable, with the ability to withstand fierce attacks that would normally easily kill others. Remember to subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon and turn on notifications to see the earliest videos. Thank you very much. This greatly increases his durability, even if Kent Nelson is not a fighter who regularly engages in physical combat. It is this extraordinary endurance that makes Dr. Fate one of the most powerful and resilient magicians in the DC universe. Although Scarlet Witch is an extremely powerful sorceress with a wide range of magical abilities, including reality warping, her body is still subject to human limitations. Physically, she does not possess exceptional durability or endurance, meaning that a sufficiently powerful and well-timed attack can cause serious injury or even death. While her magical abilities allow her to heal, this does not make her immune to powerful attacks. Scarlet Witch is still vulnerable to physical threats, similar to any normal person without advanced physical defenses. This underscores that, while her magical powers are nearly limitless, her human form is still a weakness that can be exploited by enemies. Dr. Fate has superhuman durability, which allows him to be immune to most attacks that would injure or kill a normal human. The same cannot be said for Scarlet Witch. While Kent Nelson is certainly incredibly powerful when wearing the Helm of Fate, he has little experience fighting outside of his magical and special abilities. In fact, he rarely engages in close combat, preferring to use his magical powers to overwhelm his opponents rather than rely on his brute strength. That does not mean, however, that Dr. Fate is completely lacking in combat skills. He has been extensively trained and highly skilled in jiu-jitsu, but close combat has never been an area in which he has truly excelled or focused. Instead, Dr. Fate's greatest strength and advantage has always been her ability to manipulate magic. While Scarlet Witch is not an expert in close combat, she is still a highly trained fighter thanks to her long association with the Avengers. During that time, she has learned a lot from experienced teammates, including Captain America, who is known for his excellent fighting skills. As a result, Scarlet Witch has been trained in many different martial arts styles and fighting techniques. However, despite her extensive training, she has never reached the level of the top close combat experts in the Marvel Universe, such as Black Widow or Shang-Chi. She has always relied more on her magical powers, which she excels at than most opponents. Scarlet Witch is probably the better trained fighter of the two, although neither she nor Dr. Fate are as skilled in close combat as the other melee specialists in their comic worlds. One of Dr. Fate's greatest weaknesses is that his abilities are heavily dependent on the powers granted to him by Nabu through the Helmet of Fate. While he still possesses a physically strong body and can use some mystical magic, without Nabu's helmet, Dr. Fate is not really much of a threat. Without the helmet, his strength is only slightly greater than that of a normal human. This makes him quite vulnerable in situations where he does not have the support of magical artifacts. One of Dr. Fate's greatest weaknesses is that his abilities are heavily dependent on the powers granted to him by Nabu through the Helmet of Fate. While he still possesses a strong body and can use some mystical magic, without the Helmet of Nabu, Dr. Fate is not really much of a threat. Without the helmet, his strength is only slightly better than that of a normal human. This makes him quite vulnerable in situations where he does not have the support of magical artifacts. For Scarlet Witch, her biggest weakness is that her body is still human. Despite her superior magical power, she can still be injured by physical attacks strong enough to harm a normal human. While she can use magic to protect herself or heal herself, she is still vulnerable to being attacked at the right time and place. This makes her a vulnerable target if an opponent can exploit her physical weaknesses in a confrontation. Although Scarlet Witch is only a normal human in terms of physiology, she is still very useful in any situation. On the other hand, without the Helm of Fate, Dr. Fate is not really much of a threat. If we are looking at Dr. Fate without the support of Nabu, an incredibly powerful cosmic entity that grants him his powers, then Scarlet Witch is fully capable of defeating him in a fight. However, if Nabu were to directly engage in the fight, then Scarlet Witch's chances of winning against Dr. Fate would be greatly reduced, as Nabu's powers far exceed those of a normal human. While Dr. Fate may be physically strong thanks to Nabu's reinforcements, Scarlet Witch has a clear advantage in terms of magical power. With the ability to warp reality and use powerful chaos magic, she would be able to exploit the weakness of Kent Nelson, who is physically strong but inferior in magical power. This would allow Scarlet Witch to gain the upper hand in a confrontation, regardless of whether Dr. Fate can withstand powerful physical attacks. What do you think about this fight? Please let me know your thoughts in the comments section. Thank you all very much.